All right.
We're live.
All good. So just Peter, just wanted to thank you first of all for saying yes. One thing I've been trying to do for the church family is kind of just encourage people during COVID. It's been a very trying time for a lot of families. And I heard your story from Jeanette, and it encouraged me because I was like, wow, it must be tough. And, Jaron and Tobin and just dealing with kids and all of that. And yet here you are making a huge impact in your community. And I was inspired. And so I felt like, man, I would love for other people to hear it. And so you're probably going to hear out from other people at Saddleback too. But just for our church family, for Irvine North, I thought it would be great for us to get together and to share. So that's the reason we're here. That's the reason we're here. And so it's just a conversation. Honestly, would love to hear how it got started. Maybe Jeanette, you can fill us in first on where it started, um, and then you guys can share, how you took, I think it's from the summer program, right? Let's do this, and then how it happened in your family. What was the heart behind taking such huge action, and then what are some things you learned during that time? We'd love to hear, yeah, just your story, and also hear from the whole family, and what it was like actually doing what you guys were doing. So I'll let Jeanette kick it off.
Yeah, for sure. Thank you again for joining us. This is so exciting this time because the Let's Do This was 5 weeks of every day was like a different challenge, different theme. And so when it came to the food drive, which was, maybe do like a neighborhood thing, I love where you guys took this. And like Pastor Chris said, it's impressed beyond our campus. It's impressed Lake Forest, and not impressed in like, prideful way. Impressed like, wow, like two young gentlemen here and their family during this crazy time decided to walk around and make the initiative, and the amount of food you got was just, it's so
Huge.
amazing.
Yeah.
And I loved reading the thank you notes that people attached to the food. So I'm just so excited to hear from you guys, like Pastor Chris said, like kind of the motivation behind it. I have 3 kids of my own, so I know it's like, oh, okay, I want to do this, and then you think you want to do it, and then you just never get it done, right? You're like, oh, I'm going to do that next week. So I'm just so excited to hear from you guys. And I mean, the fruit from this is going to go beyond, like you said, Peter, like this experience you probably never imagined would have opened up these doors of wanting to know even more about your family and how you guys chose to do that. So,
Yeah. Could you guys introduce yourselves first, actually?
yeah.
If you could, that would be great.
Yeah. You want to go first? One of you boys?
My name is Tobin.
Hi.
I'm 10 years old in fifth grade. My name's Darren. I'm 12 years old and I'm in 7th grade.
I'm Peter. I'm their dad.
I'm Nicole. I picked up the packet from you in Tustin, and my friends and I text each other a lot through COVID to see it for activities to do for kids, and I saw this one. We picked it up, and Peter found it and helped them put it together.
That's so good.
Yeah, it was a great activity book. We didn't get through a lot of it because there was so many activities, which was great to choose from, and this one kind of stood out because I think as a father, you're always looking for opportunities for growth for your kids.
Yeah.
And this was obviously a great one, a great activity, in that I thought it was, the way that you created it was so feasible, so achievable, and something that they could mainly do on their own. So, but same like I believe what you said, Jeanette, was that we kind of put it off. We saw it early on. We said we'd love to do it, and then you get into that COVID fog, and it took to the end of summer for us to get to it. But glad we actually and finally did.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
we wanted it to be outside a lot because we didn't want to be indoors all summer. It's very bad
Yeah.
just to get some helps. And so it went around 300 something houses. We didn't even know we had 300 something houses in this neighborhood. But we didn't even cover the whole neighborhood. It's just like, what if, we can't pick up all of it in one night. And
Yeah.
then when we picked it up, Jaron was worried that what if no one donates? And we feel so bad for him. So when my neighbor texted me and said, "Oh, I'm gonna donate now. Can I drop it off?" I said, "Oh, yay!" And that was like, from then on, it just kind of propelled into a big, massive collection that I was like, but I knew in the back of my head we would need 2 cars to take it to Saddleback because
Yeah.
there's nothing else people are doing. People are so kind around here.
So kind.
People walking around the evening saying hi, but we have nothing to do except walk around by ourselves. So it was a
Mhm.
and it brought us together in the community too. Some people we didn't know and we've lived here for 10 years. And
I love that.
they said how moved they were from their from this project and how all your wording is so easy that we just can just copy and paste. We didn't need to, think
Mhm.
so much action.
Yeah. I love how you said you were, walking around the neighborhood because when I sent your story out to all the other campuses, because I was just so proud of you guys, one campus, the South director goes, "Oh my gosh, I saw them on my ring passing the flyers out." And I just thought
No
that's so
way.
funny. Like so many people, like you guys are like, Saddleback famous right now. Like people are like, "Oh, I saw them walking through my neighborhood and they saw the flyer," and it's so cool. And I love how you said, Peter, because that's what that was designed for. The 5 weeks was designed for just to do what you can. It wasn't like you had to do it all. And I love that you got to pick and choose. And you picked a very attainable thing and one that can continue on. And how you said, Nicole, how it you got to meet some of your neighbors, that you wouldn't necessarily have seen. Such a cool story.
Sharon,
It really is.
any anything? What did you like about it?
Mm.
Make you want to do it.
I liked helping other people because it's nice and it feels good.
Yeah, that's really good.
It really does. It really does feel good, and it feels good to give like those thank you notes on the packages that they left at their door, and people were like thanking you for. They could have gone and just dropped it off themselves, but just the fact that you young men went out, you walked the neighborhood, you decided to do that, and then they could just leave it, and it's easier for them, and they could give that way as well. Super cool. Were you guys surprised the amount of food?
Yes.
Yeah. That's so cool. I love how you said, Nicole, as a mom, you're like, "Oh, I don't want them to not have anything." And then, as a mom, you're like, "Oh, I'm disappointed if it doesn't work out." But I love God. Anytime we do something, God will always see it through. And I think that's even being vulnerable to be able to be like, "Hey, it may fail. Like this may not work. We may just get one bag, but one bag is better than no bags." So I love that you said that as a parent.
That's so cool, Jaron Tobin. You really have inspired me, and a lot of families have seen what you do, stepping out in faith, trusting God.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, Jeanette's right. We can fail, right? But we have grace. We have God's love that allows us to have confidence, even though we might not make it, might not happen. We might only have one bag or just one can. You guys
Mm-hmm.
stepped out in faith, and I really believe that's why God blessed you and used you to bless others. And trust me, that food is not going to waste. It really is making a difference. There's a lot of families out there in need. And so thank you, really. It's
Right.
an amazing project you guys did together.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Thank you.
definitely.
Thank
You're
you.
welcome. Do you guys, when you first did this project, was it like, "Oh, this is so exciting," or, "Oh, okay, we'll do it"? So before you did it and then the after, did you get to see like, "Wow, I'm so grateful to have done this"? Sometimes we start a project and we're like, "Oh, do I really want to do this?" And then you at the end you're like, oh, this was really cool, or oh, this wasn't so cool. Like, how did you feel the before and then the after the project?
At the beginning, I was super lazy. I didn't want to do it, but then at the end,
Totally. Yeah.
it felt good, and I like helping.
I love that. Thank you for being honest and saying that, because that is so our lives right now. Like, it's like, oh, do I really want to get out of bed? It's really hot. Do I want to go walk the street and do this? So, and then it's so rewarding after when we see the effects of giving to others and putting God first and seeing how that plays out. Very cool. Very cool.
These guys are a little shy, but I'll tell you the amount of work that they put into it was really cool. Jaron spent, he did a majority of the initial letter. He had the great guidance from your template, but I love that he was able to kind of add his own voice to it. And then Tobin, he took a virtual class on Canva over the summer, and he did the original, the flyer, and so those things combined were what we attached, and they put rubber bands to it and walked around the community. They actually got their friends involved too to help put the flyers on the doors, and it was just it was really, really rewarding for them to go through this entire experience.
That's so great. That's so great. Yeah, the thank you note, the flyer, everything was very well executed. You did a great job, guys. You did I love that you learned how to do all that. So all the skills from doing this also, who knows where this will go? You never know what you do, where God's going to lead you in different fields and ministry and different callings, and using your gifts in that way. Well done. You guys should be proud. Yeah. All of you. Well done.
And then I started collecting cans, plastic bottles, aluminum cans, and glass to recycle in the community or friends. Something good for the environment, because trying to be a very green family.
Great.
And another project is very easy. Just collect cans from our house and our friends, parents, people that throw it away. Say, we'll recycle it for you.
40% of the money goes to charity.
I love that. That's awesome. Because I've gotten cans and I've collected them and recycled them for mission trips, and it's not a clean job sometimes. It's not a fun job, but it's definitely well needed, and the money that you get off of that you can use for, like you said, volunteer, different ministries is awesome. Good for you guys. Good for you. And it's great. I mean, like right now, we're trying to find ways to be outdoors and do things and stay healthy and get our exercise in. I'm with you boys. I'm like, I don't want to go out today. But I love that, we can get exercise and do things while we are making a difference in our community as well. Very good.
Well, thanks guys so much for your time. And it's really exciting to hanging out with you, hear your story. I'm so inspired by you. And I can't wait. Once this is all over, let's get together and celebrate all that you guys are doing.
For sure.
We can't wait too. So thank you guys. Thank you guys for the motivation and the inspiration.
Yeah, keep us posted if you do any more neighborhood stuff. I'd love to be a part of it and see your journey. All right, boys?
Okay. Thank you.
Great,
All right.
guys.
Good job. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Guys.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.